And we are back. Welcome back into the Ice Cream Challenge 2020 Ice Cream Challenge here. The first of its kind. Now, this is a March Madness style bracket, after which each competitor will compete 1v1, eating 1 pint of ice cream. Whoever can compete that and complete that faster will move on to the next round. Now, Max Kelton alongside Matt Organista here for the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. All proceeds go to COVID relief. Matt, 2 matches under our belts now. We have our 3rd one coming in. It's been an exciting day so far.
Yes, it definitely has. And it's going to get even more exciting. We got Brian Cornett, and we have another Matt coming in here shortly. So what we're doing here, for those of you that are just tuning in, we are doing a fundraiser for COVID-19. It's a COVID relief fundraiser. We're going to be helping out and donating our proceeds to Direct Relief's Coronavirus Response Fund and American National Red Cross Coronavirus Outbreak Fund and the CDC Foundation. So we have a corporate donor who's going to match every donation dollar for dollar. So we're really excited about that. And we are about 2 minutes. We're about 1 minute away from bringing our contestants in.
So we're real close. Yes.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
So we're real close to bringing these contestants in. It's been a great day of matchups so far. We've seen brother v brother and brother v sister. Now, in the first matchup, we see Matt Lewis knocking off his older brother with that 39-second time, still the time to beat. And then Connor Lewis knocking off his younger sister with that chocolate ice cream over the vanilla ice cream. And the Lewises have won today, but it's easy to say that when we've only seen Lewises competing, we're going to see some new competitors just in seconds.
That's right. Here we go. Let's bring them in. Brian Cornett and Matt. Another Matt.
And here is Brian Cornett in the Hawaiian shirt, as always. Brian, I know you're very used to wearing this Hawaiian shirt. And there is Matteo coming in as well. An exciting time here for the Ice Cream Challenge, the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. Now, this is our 3rd matchup of the day. And we have Mario Matteo versus Brian Cornett. We call him the corn dog. Now, Brian, this is something that you've been doing your entire life, eating ice cream. How has that childhood full of ice cream prepared you for tonight's matchup?
You know what? It really just, curling up, watching a nice show on TV, eating a whole pint of ice cream is just kind of my thing. And you know what? Why not do it on camera? Why not just beat Matteo down while I'm at it?
Now, I think a lot of people, they find themselves asking themselves, what do I do on any given quarantine day? Brian, you never ask yourself that question. Talk to me about that rock collection you have.
Well, you know what? It's actually just still sitting there on the shelf. So it hasn't moved much actually over the last few years. So I'm wondering, if it'll ever move.
And you often look at it from day to day, hours on end. Brian Cornett loves his rock collection. Now, Matteo, Matt, I hear that you are a former soccer player, but more important than that, your strength is you will do anything to get attention, and your weakness also, you will do anything to get attention. How will that help you through this ice cream challenge today? And then you often look at it from day to day, hours on end. Brian Cornett, there we go. Matt, could you hear that question right there?
I did not. Can you repeat it?
I'll ask her again. So you're a former soccer player, but your strengths and weaknesses are that you can do anything and will do anything for attention. How will that help you out today? And will it be more of a strength than a weakness?
Well, against Brian, it's always a strength, first of all. I'm looking to publicly humiliate Brian today, wearing my colors proud. We don't call it ice cream where I'm from. We call it gelato. And I love eating everything fast because I love food, and eating gelato faster than Brian is one of my favorite topics.
Eating gelato faster. That's what we're going for today. Now, it looks like you have the Italian jersey on, you have the Mario hat on, and I might be sensing a slight accent. Where's the origin of where you're from, Matt?
I'm from Italy. Brian will tell people I'm French just to anger me, which is great because anger fuels my passion here to destroy him.
Well, Matt looks like he's a serious competitor. Brian, how about this first round draw? Are you a little anxious to take on somebody of this stature in Matt?
You know what? Matteo is one of my off-season training partners. We're good friends, but today the gloves come off, the spoons come out, and you know what? We're ready just to cut ties right here.
All right, here we go. We are going to get started here in about 10 seconds, you guys. 10 seconds.
Before we go, I just want to give a shout out. It's Munchie's birthday today. If you're watching, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Munchie.
Happy birthday, Munchie. And the lids are off. Can you show what kind of ice cream we have going today for each of you guys? We got the Ben and Jerry's vanilla ice cream and the Haagen-Dazs chocolate v vanilla. Once again, we will see which one comes out victorious today. We have the 2-spoon in warm water technique here from Matteo. Brian Cornett using 1 spoon, looking to twist that wrist. Here we go.
There we go.
Matt,
Ready?
I'll let
3,
you do the countdown.
2, 1, go.
And we are off. Matt.
Oh, Brian struggling to get started. Wow, Matteo is crushing it right now.
Crushing it.
Looks like Brian Cornett has the headphones in, kind of rocking and rolling, but he's taking away a second right there.
Oh, just through the chocolate and the chocolate.
That might be his downfall. Looks like Matteo picking up some speed, picking up some ground here. He's really digging into that ice cream. Brian
30
trying
seconds,
to jam away,
30 seconds in, guys.
That hold in his head.
Uh-oh.
Brian doing everything
Matteo
he can.
getting the freeze, filling the freeze. 40 seconds in, guys, 40 seconds.
Brian looking to shake off the freeze there.
Matteo switching the spoon.
Switching up his spoons. It looks like Matteo has a hefty gulp, and he'll push that one down the throat. Here is Brian trying to push right back.
1 minute, approaching 1 minute. 1 minute. Here we are, 1 minute.
Time to beat for this competition already set by Matt Lewis at 39 seconds. Both
39 seconds.
Have doubled that time. Brian Cornett trying to jam like Joey Chestnut here. Headphones in his ears. Looking to push through that brain freeze. Matteo.
1 minute, 20 seconds. 1 minute, 20 seconds.
We are close to the final touches here. Matteo trying to muscle that ice cream down.
Wow, look at that. What a monster bite.
Monster bite there from Matteo. Brian looking to make sure the chocolate goes ahead victorious. Brian's still looking to try and get to the middle of that pint right there. Matteo toward the bottom. Almost going to be a close finish, we could say. Brian not quite sure on pace with Matteo. Matteo trying to finish this one up. Has a heaping right there, and he'll do just that. He'll get it down the gullet. Almost done here. The Italian coming for the victory. Brian Cornett looking to try and muster up anything in his power to get back in this one. Here is the
2 minutes, 2 minutes, 10 seconds, 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
And that will do it. Matteo takes this one from Brian. Matteo keeps
2 minutes
the
and 10
Italian
seconds
as the victors. Mario Matteo gets this one in his gullet. Now, Matteo, that was a heap of ice cream toward the end right there. It looked like you might have been slowing down. How did you push through?
Honestly, I just looked at Brian struggling, and that fuels me. That fueled me that I wasn't alone. The eyes were crying, the teeth were cold, but you know what? Power through this. There's no pain, eyes on the prize.
Brian, it looked like you might have been struggling there with a little bit of a brain freeze. How do you handle something like that?
First of all, I just want to give all the credit in the world to Matteo. You know what? He came into this thing. People doubted him because they didn't give the same credit to the Italian Ice League. But you know what? He showed that he belongs in this battle. And you know what? Hats off to Matteo for sure.
Matteo, well done.
Thanks,
Matteo,
guys.
you'll be moving on to the Sweet 6 cream. Now, Brian, for you, that's something that you were really looking forward to, something that you've had a lifelong dream for. Is it disappointing at all that 2020 isn't the year?
You know what? I mean, as long as I stuck to my game plan, gave it my all, you know what? I'm not disappointed. He came out with a better game plan, and you know what? Yeah, I just got to give it to him. He did well, and there's nothing else I can really say about that.
Lapini and the double spoon technique, it gets it done today. Now, Matteo, talk to me about how those 2 spoons helped you finish that ice cream a little bit quicker than Brian.
So I think, first of all, props to Brian, great competitor, but today you faced a stronger one. Second of all, props to my trainer, my wife, and Alan and Patrick, who prepared me for this my whole life. And then the 2 spoon, I think, was just the right strategy, right? He allowed me to dig deeper and deeper and deeper, and just, eyes on the prize.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to say to Alan? He's cheering you on the feed here. Anything you want to say?
Alan, great pep talk. Looking for more pep talk and more wins.
All right, Alan. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much to Matteo, who will be moving on to the Sweet 6 Cream, as we see Brian, who will halt his dancing from here on out. Thank you so much for tuning into the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge here, streaming live on YouTube. Max Kelton alongside Matt Organista. Matt, it's been an exciting one so far. We'll see a couple of new competitors coming in here soon. What have been your takeaways through the first 3 matches?
Yeah, we've seen a lot of different techniques, a lot of different speeds. And I think if everybody had maybe a second round to do this, they'd do it a little bit differently. There's definitely a learning curve when the pressure's on, just like there is with any type of skill or technique. So we let's see who's next here. We got Alex, and who's our other competitor?
Jacob and Chase.
Oh, Jacob and Chase. Okay, Jacob and Chase. All right. Hey, for those of you that are tuning in here, we are doing a COVID-19 fundraiser. So Max, why don't you give him a little bit more information about that? And I'm going to go check in on the other competitors.
Well, this is the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge, the first of its kind, a March Madness style bracket where competitors will go up 1v1 to see who can finish a pint of ice cream quicker than the other. Now, this is a 4-week-long bracket. We will see matches commence on Saturdays and Sundays for the next couple of weeks up until that final championship round, in which 2 competitors will compete for the title of Ice Cream Challenge champion by eating a quart of ice cream 1v1. Now, all of the proceeds here go to COVID-19 relief. And that's really what we're doing here. Everything here for that COVID relief, all of it charity, and like I said, everything donated over there. But this is the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge, the first of its kind, and we will be back with our 4th matchup of the day in just a couple minutes. Thank you for tuning in, and we are grateful to have you on. We will see you soon. Stick around. And we are back here with the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. Max Kelton here with Matt Organista. Now, Matt, we've seen 3 matches today and 3 great wins to see those competitors moving on to the Sweet 6 Cream. Now, we will have 2 new competitors coming in right now, Jacob and Chase, who will be competing in our 4th matchup of the day. This is the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. All proceeds going to COVID-19 relief. Matt, can you talk a little bit more about that COVID-19 relief program that we have going?
Yeah, so we have a let me pull up the information here so I get this correct. We have a dollar for dollar match from a corporate sponsor who's going to be donating For every dollar that we raise, they're going to kick in $1 too. So we will be doubling our fundraising amount, which is awesome. All our proceeds are going to go to Direct Relief's Coronavirus Response Fund, American National Red Cross Coronavirus Outbreak Fund, and then the CDC Foundation. And so those are the three organizations we've decided to put our funds towards to help out with coronavirus relief.
And we have a couple of new competitors coming in as well. Jacob and Chase, what's the timetable looking on that?
I'm waiting for them to hop into the room here, and it looks like we got some other competitors waiting in the waiting room here in the thawing room, and I'm just waiting for Chase and Jacob to hop on in. So Chase, Jacob, if you are out there watching, you guys are going to be on shortly, so please join the waiting room. Why don't you give our viewers a little recap about what's been going on today?
So the first matchup of the day, absolutely. The first matchup of the day, we see Matt Lewis against Mark Lewis, brother v. brother. Now, Mark Lewis, the older brother in this one, but Matt Lewis says he's been winning his whole life. Matt Lewis comes away victorious and has set our record time at 39 seconds for one single pint of ice cream using that vanilla Haagen-Dazs. Now, we look over at our second competition of the day. It was Michaela Lewis versus Connor Lewis. Now, these are the children of Mark Lewis. Mark struggled in his first competition, but it was his son who came away victorious in the second one. Connor Lewis beat out his sister and took home the first title of the day for either children with that win over his sister. He was eating chocolate ice cream. It took him just about 3 minutes. That's what we were looking for. So 1 and 2 done today. And the third matchup of the day, Brian versus Matteo. Brian Cornett, Matteo Lunini. And Matteo took that one. He came away the victor once again. And that's kind of been a trend that we've seen going on. Another trend that we've seen going on, it's that double spoon technique. Now, a lot of competitors are putting warm water with their spoons in warm water, and then they are utilizing that warm water to slice through the ice cream as best they can. That's what's been exciting about this one so far. We're just seconds away from getting our new competitors into this one. Matt, any news?
Yeah, so we're having some technical difficulties here, but I think they're in the waiting room. We're going to go ahead and pull them in, and let's see who is in the waiting room. It looks like the names are a little messed up, but we'll bring them in anyways and see who they are. All right, here we go. We should have Jake and Chase, correct?
That is correct. Jacob and Chase coming into the waiting room.
Here we go. Well, let's bring them in. Who do we got? Oh.
And it looks like we have Chase in here, connecting to audio for Chase.
Yes.
And we are rocking and rolling. Chase, how are we doing today?
Great. How you guys doing?
We're doing pretty well over here. Now, we've been seeing phenomenal ice cream eating all day. Are you looking to capitalize on something like that as well?
Oh, man, I'm just happy to be here. It's some pretty intimidating stuff so far. So Matt starting it off is like, are you even kidding me?
Yeah, that was pretty nuts.
Yeah,
pretty nuts.
I think he's been juicing.
It's an exciting one here. Now, the way I look at it a little bit, it's a battle of weaknesses. Now, no offense to either of these competitors, but Chase, you do have a mild lactose intoleration. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is going to be a struggle tonight and probably tomorrow morning. But hey, you know what? It's for charity.
It's for charity, absolutely. And Chase, looking to move on to that final round. And first, you're going to have to move on to the Sweet 6 Cream. You're going up today against Jacob. Now, Jacob, we looked over your card. There were not really any strengths that you felt were worthy of mentioning, but far too many weaknesses to mention as well. What are we looking for this competition today from you, Jacob?
You know, you got to go out there. You got to give it 110. And I think on this one, you just really got to dig in. Well said by Matt earlier in the competition. I think, just grab the spoon and go deep. Kruko, great competitor, great guy. Known him since I was a kid. But he's probably going down today.
What are the techniques we're looking for today? It looks like we only have one spoon there for Jacob, but Chase, you might be using two.
Oh yeah, you know what? I had no idea going into this, so I've just been seeing people do it, and I'm like, you know what? Warm water and double spoon might be the way to go. I might just stick with one spoon. Who knows? But got to have an option.
Well, we have our options here. It looks like Chase ready to take on Jacob. Can you show your ice cream to the fans at home? Strauss Organic Vanilla Bean for Chase, and looks like we got some Ben and Jerry's there for Jacob. What do you got? Straight vanilla as well. Ben and
Straight
Jerry's.
vanilla here, Ben and Jerry's. Yeah, Tier.
All right.
Vanilla Bean versus vanilla. Looks like we're just ready to get underway here. Matt, I'll let you give us the countdown.
All right, here we go, you guys. Best of luck, have fun, and we are going to start you off here in 5 seconds.
You're going down, Kruko. You're ready.
2, 1, ready, go.
And we are off.
We're
It is
off.
the fourth match of
Wow.
the day here. For
2 scoops in, 3 scoops in already.
Both of these competitors fierce and looking to put down this ice cream. Now, we did talk about before this batch, Chase has that mild lactose intoleration. So we're looking to see how that's going to affect him moving forward. But he does have a 2-spoon warm water technique here. And the thawing period looks like it has melted his ice cream just enough for him to muscle that through. There he is using the second spoon, and Chase off to looking to get that quick lead over Jacob. It's slowing down a little bit.
Got the
trying to
brain
hit that
freeze.
brain freeze wall. Here is Jacob coming close behind, muscling through, not worried about his competitor.
45 seconds in, 45 seconds. Oh,
We
with the
have
hat
30
turn.
seconds in. So nobody will beat that time to beat there from Mark Lewis. Nonetheless, we are still pushing. There is Chase finally getting down to.
Wow, big scoops from Jake. With the
Chase
switch.
spoons. And it looks
Nice.
like Jake almost done.
Oh,
That
done.
will do it. There
1
is
minute,
Jacob.
1 minute, 9 seconds.
1 minute and how many seconds, Matt?
1 minute, 9 seconds. 1 minute, 9 seconds.
9 seconds. 69 seconds on the dot, Jacob. And he will take the victory. Oh, man.
Oh,
Looks like Jacob
Oh.
did a lap around the room, a victory lap, if you will. Now, that was
Yes,
a great
victory
win
lap.
for you. The technique going in, you only needed 1 spoon to get it done. Do you think 2 spoons might have slowed Chase up?
Yeah, I'll be honest, John. I think, Kruko was doomed from the start on this one. Didn't really have a chance. Great job, competitor and everything like that. But, look forward to the next round.
Yeah, it looks like you're going
Nice.
to be moving on to the Sweet 6 Cream. Are you going to be using the same technique for that one as
oh
well?
Jesus, it's still
Yeah,
there.
probably, this Pint's going to win it.
Now, Chase, it looks like you're struggling a little bit with that brain freeze. How did that hit you through the first half of that ice cream?
Dude, I started strong and then it hit me and I couldn't even think anymore. I just thought of Jacob's beautiful beard. I was like, damn it, I can't do it. But well done, man.
That's a great
I
win.
appreciate
I think you can keep that. Bring him down, dude.
A great
Matt
win.
doesn't know what's coming.
Just like that. So, Jacob, we will be seeing you for the round of the Sweet 6 Cream, and we're excited to do so as well. You are tuned into the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge here on YouTube.
Thank you so much, guys.
What would you guys like to and Chase finishes the ice cream ultimately? Would you guys like to shout anybody out before we go to a break?
Matt Lewis, man, great job putting this together. Matt, you're awesome too. You guys are awesome for being here. But seriously, this is
Thank
so
you.
exciting.
Thanks for the whole production crew to put it together, and Matt for thinking this whole, everyone that thought it up to do it's great.
Special stuff, guys. I can't wait to see what you guys get in the coming month. So good luck, Jake. Go get him, buddy.
All
Thanks,
right.
Kruko.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers. Well, we thank our 2 competitors for our 4th competition of the day for coming on. And Chase, that lactose intoleration right there, maybe not used to eating ice cream very fast. He gets a brain freeze halfway through, and he struggles a little bit through that second half of ice cream right there, Matt.
Yeah, but you know what? He had pretty good technique. If you look at Matteo and how Matteo is with his double spoon switch out with the hot water, he kept forgetting to put it back into the hot water, where Chase had that switch out back into the hot water so the next spoon could warm up again. And I thought that was pretty good. And it's hard to do and remember all these things when you haven't done it a lot. to get that like fine technique down. And Chase definitely had it this round, but unfortunately it didn't work out well for him. It probably won't work out for him tonight either, considering he's a little lactose intolerant.
Because it looked like it might have slowed him down a little bit. His attention to detail right there. Do you
Yeah.
think that ultimately hurt him toward the end?
That's an interesting point. I guess we'll have to see how that plays out in the rest of the round. I haven't thought about that. The little extra details of taking that time to put it in could definitely hurt you as well. Did not think about that. So we'll look for that on the next rounds and see what everybody else does. Real quick for everybody watching in here, we are doing a COVID-19 fundraiser. We have a corporate sponsor who's going to match dollar for dollar for all of the funds that we raise. And these funds are going to go to Direct Relief's Coronavirus Response Fund, American National Red Cross Coronavirus Outbreak Fund, and the CDC Foundation. So we will be donating all our funds to those three organizations. Max, why don't you give us a recap on what we have going on?
We have Tyler and Elliot coming up next. 4 matches underway and done today. Now, these are the matches in the rocky road to the championship, the first round of this 2020 Ice Cream Challenge, the first ever of its kind. It is a 32 competitor challenge, March Madness style bracket, where competitors will face off 1v1 for who can finish a pint of ice cream quicker. It's been an exciting one so far, and we are looking to see more excitement coming in through matches 5 through 8 later today. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in here for the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. We'll be back right around the corner.
All right. Welcome. I am here with Max. We are hosting the Ice Cream Challenge 2020. Max, why don't you tell us what's going on today?
This is a 2020 ice cream challenge, the 2020 ice cream challenge. The
Yes,
first
the
of its kind.
2020.
All proceeds going to COVID-19 relief. Now it's a March Madness style bracket, 1v1 tournaments where competitors will face off to see who can eat a pint of ice cream quicker. Max Kelton alongside Matthew Organista. Matt, we've had an exciting one up until this point today. 4 challenges done, 4 winners in the book. Moving on to the Sweet 6 Cream. We're halfway done with today's challenges.
Yes, we have our 2 competitors right now in the thawing room. So we have a 15-minute thawing period for the ice cream to thaw out. And we have our 2 competitors in the thawing room, Tyler Berger and Elliot Sassone. So we'll be bringing them in shortly here, and we will get them going. So for those of you that are just tuning in, we are doing a fundraiser for COVID-19 relief. We have a corporate sponsor that is matching all the money that we raise dollar for dollar. So we're very excited to have that along with us. All the funds are going to go to Direct Relief, Coronavirus Response Fund, American National Red Cross Coronavirus Outbreak Fund, and the CDC Foundation. So let's see what's our time at right now. We are ready for let's bring our 2 competitors in.
And we have Tyler and Elliot joining us right now. Now, this is an exciting one for us. Elliot helping us putting on this production. And it looks like he's just about ready to connect to this audio, connect in. There's Tyler Berger. We have him on the camera. And Elliot's
Elliot.
man.
Wow. Style points for sure.
This is a stylistic matchup, 1v1, and it's really going to be the best competitor here that will showcase their talents. Both of you competing against each other for this ice cream. Now, Tyler, we thank you for having us on. What's the technique going into today's matchup?
I mean, I think Elliot's kind of just a finesse guy. I don't think his tactics are going to cut it in this challenge. I'm more of a finesse and power guy. I think I'm a little more apt to this challenge.
And, you say that, but you also say that dairy is a weakness. How do those 2 coincide?
So I can eat ice cream. It's just how I process it. There's nothing to do with that. And I'm a little perturbed that you brought that up.
And here's Elliot alongside us as well. Now, Elliot, one of your strengths, you're very good at Yahtzee, a game of luck. How is that going to help you today?
That's not going to help me at all today, but I'll tell you one thing that's going to help me. I've never lost to Tyler Berger in anything in my life, and I'm not going to start today.
Yeah, you have.
Those are
maybe like a few things, but
Yahtzee.
A mouthful for sure for Tyler Berger. Now, Bergs, how are we going to challenge this guy right here? It looks like he's got his glasses on, his kimono on. Is it more for style, or is it an intimidation factor right here?
I mean, I don't need all that. My eating will express itself. I don't. That's all I got. I don't know. You got a lot going on, Elliot.
Which ice creams will the fans be seeing you guys eat today?
Haagen-Dazs chocolate.
with a local company, Van Leeuwen.
Is that legal?
Make or break me.
What's that flavor today, Elliot?
Vanilla bean.
And we've seen a lot of vanilla bean and a lot of chocolate. Now we'll see another matchup, chocolate v vanilla, going up against each other. Which one is going to take it today? Max Kelton alongside Matt Organista. Matt, any insight onto this matchup right here and expectations moving forward?
Oh boy.
Spoon? You both have one spoon? Sorry, my mic was off. We got single spoon action here. All right, let's get it started. I'm going to give you guys a 5-second warning right now. Spoon's ready. Thaw the spoon. Ready, set, and go.
And we are off. So this is our 5th matchup of the day. And it looks like, oh man, that is a hefty spoonful there from Tyler Berger. That is the Burger Man himself, the Habit. That's what his fans and friends and family call him, the Habit Burger. Now, Elliot Sassone on the back end, looking to keep up. He's eating that vanilla bean today, but not quite sure whether it's going to be chocolate from Haagen-Dazs or vanilla from Van Leeuwen that is going to get the job done. Matt,
we are 30 seconds in. 30 seconds in.
30 seconds in.
Come on, let's go.
Down a little bit.
Come on,
Doesn't
Elliot,
look
you
like
get a
they're on
brain
pace
freeze.
with the rest of our competitors. The children were faster than this. Tyler, a hefty load, and it looks like that brain freeze is hitting him right there. He's slowing down. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep pushing. Elliot could use that to his advantage. Tyler hears my words and puts another gulp down, but once again, slows. Here's Elliot trying to muscle his way back in. Tyler laughing alongside, but the chocolate down his gullet. Elliot can't handle the heat. He'd like to handle the cold a little bit better. Here is Tyler, another big gulp right there, down the throat. His esophagus is certainly feeling it right now. There's another one from Tyler. He's looking to put this one away. Elliot slow to the mouth. Can't put the cold in his mouth. And there he goes.
125. We're approaching 130. 130 on the clock. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Now here. Thank you, Matt, our timekeeper, as always. Matt Organista alongside me today. Looks like Burger trying to put this one away. They call him the habit for a reason. It's a habit of eating ice cream. Burger looking down Elliot here. Burger with that final spoonful here, looking to get every last bit of it, doing all he can. Here is Tyler Burger against Elliot. Elliot can't keep up. Burger almost done with it. Looks like he's chewing this ice cream. Almost done. Just maybe 2 spoonfuls more, and that will do it. Elliot slowing down, sees his defeat in sight as Burger sees the horizon in the wind. Here is Tyler Burger almost finishing this one up. Elliot is zone.
2 minutes,
to be found.
14
And
seconds.
a runaway victory for the Habit Burger.
Wow, with the shot.
Oh,
2 minutes, 14 seconds.
How long was that one, Matt?
2 minutes, 14 seconds. 2 minutes, 14 seconds.
It's a lot harder than it looks. I didn't even get halfway.
Pint of ice cream down for Tyler. Elliot will sit back, lounge in the sun, and finish that ice cream at his own pleasure, at his own will, and under his own time, because he will not be moving on to the Sweet 6 cream. Tyler, a great win today against your competitor in Elliot. Now, we talked about before this matchup, it was a lot of flash, a lot of intimidation, and a lot of style from Elliot. Did that hurt him down the stretch?
Is that a question for me? Yeah, I look like really regretting these decisions.
And you use the single spoon technique. A lot of our other competitors using 2 spoons. Will you be continuing on with that through the next round, Tyler?
Absolutely.
It looks like Tyler very confident and humbled by his victory today, and he will look to repeat during the Sweet 6 cream. Elliot, we thank you for joining us on this competition here of the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge, and we're grateful to have you guys on. Tyler, we will be seeing you next week.
Can't wait.
Max Kelton here with Matt Organista. You are tuned into the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge here, streaming live on YouTube. Matt, we've seen 5 matchups down today. Lots of ice cream being guzzled. What's your take on the competition so far?
Yeah, we've seen some pretty impressive ice cream eating, and we've seen some pretty impressive outfits as well. Not sure if those outfits are helpful. Although I do want to comment that 39-second 1 pint of ice cream eating was pretty impressive by Matt Lewis. Definitely pretty impressive. Nobody's gotten really close to that. We're going to take a 30-second break here, and we'll be right back with our next 2 competitors. All right, I am Matt Organista, and I'm here with Max Kelton. We are hosting the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. Max, why don't you tell us what's going on?
This is the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. Now, this is a March Madness style bracket where competitors will compete 1v1 to see who can eat a pint of ice cream quicker than the other. The competitor will move on to the Sweet 6 cream. Our bracket will get smaller gradually as competitors compete. So we've seen 5 different matchups today. We have 3 more on tap and 8 more tomorrow. It's an exciting day here as the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge opens. Now, all proceeds here for this Ice Cream Challenge, they go to 2020 COVID-19 relief, Matt.
Yeah, so I want to talk about that a little bit here. We have a corporate sponsor that is going to be matching all of the funds that we raise dollar for dollar. So we're really thankful that we got that to maximize our funding here. Our funds are going to go to Direct Relief, Coronavirus Response Fund, American National Red Cross Coronavirus Outbreak Fund, and the CDC Foundation. So what time is it here? We have 2 minutes and we got we have Tim and Tim. Is that correct? 2 Tims? We have Tim and Tim in the thawing room. The thawing room is a 15-minute period where our competitors hop in to thaw out the ice cream. Max, what's going on with the thawing room?
The thawing room here. So this is a crucial part now. Ice cream out of the freezer, it's typically too cold to down the way that these competitors are looking to do so. So this thawing period, it allows the ice cream to kind of warm up a little bit, just kind of loosen up a little bit. And that's what they're looking for. A lot of the other competitors, though, they're using their own techniques to combat this. They have spoons and water and warm water to kind of melt away that ice cream, able to slide through and slice through a little bit easier. That's what we're looking for here on that thawing room. And we're going to see a couple of new competitors coming in. Tim Squared is on the docket, Matt.
Yeah, that's right. I want to ask you a question here, Max. What do you've been paying close attention here with all the ice cream eating? What do you think's working, the double spoon with the hot water, or just the single spoon, big scoop, big gulp?
You know, it's interesting because I think off the bat, double spoon sounds like it could be beneficial, could be advantageous. But the single spoon, to me, it seems like the way to go. I think with the double spoon, it's been getting a little bit too liquidated a little bit liquidy. Yeah. It's melted the ice cream a little bit, and to a certain extent they begin to eat soup, and it's difficult to put soup down at a quicker pace than putting ice cream down. So that's kind of what I'm looking at here. I think I might go with that single spoon technique, but I certainly understand where it's coming from. The double spoon has won 2 out of 4. So we've seen an even matchup here between double spoon and single spoon matchups. I'm curious as to see if that's a trend moving forward, if it's going to stay even, or if one technique will take a jump over the other.
Yeah, I'm still like sold on the double spoon here. I think that's the way to go, but it doesn't really show as we progress in this competition. It doesn't really show that that's the way to go. It's pretty even, which is super surprising to me. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still like sold on the double spoon. I like the warm water idea. I remember going to the ice cream place as a kid and watching them dip it in the hot water, scooping out the ice cream. I thought that was a great idea. And when I see our competitors do that, I thought that was a great idea as well. What's been your favorite part so far?
Favorite part has to be the record that we've set so far. And, you know, I think it's interesting with Matt Lewis, he didn't use that double spoon technique. 39 seconds is the record to beat through this competition. And it was set in the first matchup of the day by Matt Lewis competing against his brother in Mark Lewis. And what I thought was so interesting about that, well, when the double spoon technique kind of came to fruition here from Mark Lewis, he was the one who originally coined that double spoon technique. I thought it was a great idea, but it might be a great idea if the ice cream is just coming out of the freezer after that thawing period. It might be overkill.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I think definitely if that ice cream is straight out of the freezer, that double spoon with the hot water is definitely a good technique and a good strategy to have. But with that thawing period, it adds a whole nother element to it. One thing we haven't talked about is the aspect of getting that brain freeze. I know a lot of competitors think that it's only a pint and they can down it pretty quick and maybe hold it off. What do you think about that brain freeze?
Well, we've seen a couple of these competitors struggle with that brain freeze so far. And Chase came up with that brain freeze against Jacob. He was halfway through the pint. He was muscling through. Chase is mildly lactose intolerant, so eating ice cream is not his forte. And we saw that on display today. He really struggled through that pint. Halfway through, the brain freeze hit, and it certainly slowed him up for Jacob to catch pace and to ultimately take him over. And that's what we've kind of seen a trend moving forward through today. If you underestimate the cold, it will come back to bite you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are going to go to our thawing room competitors. We're going to go ahead and bring them in. We got the two Tims here. We're going to bring those guys in here and let's see what they have to say. So here are the Tims.
And we have Tim B and Tim L coming in. Tim L. Now, Tim Lewis, this is the brother of Matt and Mark Lewis. We saw your brothers compete earlier today. Tim, we saw your brothers compete earlier today. What's it going to be like for you to try and match that intensity? Matt Lewis already set the record for this competition.
We're going to go ahead and bring them in. We got the two Tims here. We're going to bring those guys in here and let's see what.
Timmy, you're looking pretty sharp, by the way.
Go ahead and real quick, go ahead and mute your audio so that we can from the YouTube, we want to turn that off just so that we don't get that feedback loop.
Matt and Mark Lewis. All righty, we'll go over to Tim B. Tim B, how are we doing today? It looks like you have the bandana in hand. You're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, we're feeling pretty good here, Max. Locked in. Really excited about this match. Some people are saying that Matt Lewis is my biggest competition, but my second, closest competition, I'd say, would be Tim Lewis, and they put us up in the first round together. So some say that might have been intentional. Who knows? But I'm a big fan of Timmy. He's a great competitor.
Hey, one sec.
I'm going to have to take him down today.
Now, you were in Moneyball. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so I was a skilled extra in Moneyball. So at the end of the movie, when the Twins beat the A's, you see me running towards the camera, pumping my fist for about 4 seconds. Got to meet Chris Pratt, Philip Seymour Hoffman. Pretty fun experience.
Well, looking to pump your fist once again. Now, we do have Tim Lewis here. Tim, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. Now, we did see your brother, Matt Lewis, today going up against your other brother and Mark Lewis. Matt set the record time at 39 seconds. Is that something that you're looking to beat today for a personal new time?
I mean, I'm just worried about the current competition and then, worry about taking Matt on later down the road. And it's just me and my big boy, Timmy, my brother from another mother. And
You're my brother.
We're gonna battle it out right here. And
I love you, man.
Figure out who goes on next.
Now, Tim Lewis, I hear you're pretty good at catching birds with your bare hands. That's a skill set for you. How's that going to help you in today's challenge?
I mean, I don't know. Like, you can catch a bird, you can hold on to the spoon pretty good, I guess.
Is there a technique that either of you guys are using today that you think will give you the edge on your competitor?
Keeping it simple, regular spoon, Haagen-Dazs, vanilla, and I'm going to call this technique the chug.
The chug. All right. Well, we haven't seen anything like that yet, so you're gonna have to explain after what was going through your head, play by play. Tim Lewis, what do you have to say right before we start here?
I mean, hey, to the victor go the spoils. At least I'm gonna eat a thing of ice cream, so I'm down for that.
All right,
brother. You're looking sharp as always, man. Good to see you.
Lots of love. But
quick shout out to my beer league softball team, the Pro Bay Suns. A lot of them are watching. A few are actually in the tournament as well. Shout out to them, my beautiful girlfriend Alyssa, and everyone else that's watching.
All right.
Do we have Vanilla v Vanilla today?
Yeah. Should I open it?
Yeah, get it open. We're getting ready here in about 10 seconds.
Oh,
we are delidded. We are ready to go.
All right.
All right, if you guys can tilt your screen down a little bit just so that we can get the ice cream eaten in.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Nice.
Bam, just like this.
Perfect. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go.
And
all right, you guys, we are into what round is this, Max?
This is the sixth round. The sixth matchup of today's first round, I should say. It is the rocky road to the championships. Tim v. Tim going against each other right now. Now, this is Tim Lewis, brother of Matt Lewis, who set our tournament record earlier today.
39 seconds
for a single pint.
All right, we are 25 seconds in, 25 seconds in. Oh man, look at that. Jeez.
Hefty gulp right there from Tim Lewis. Tim B struggling to keep pace, looking to keep that ice cream in his mouth. He's shoveling it in. Here is Tim Lewis, mouth close to the can right there, close to the carton. That's something that we haven't seen much today so far, Matt. So we're looking to see if maybe that distance from carton.
Oh, he's done. 48 seconds.
What?
48 seconds.
This is incredible.
48
Wow.
seconds.
Wow.
That's
Tim
what it.
B comes
Coming
away.
for you, Maddie. I'm coming for you,
glorious.
baby.
Oh my gosh.
This is shocking to say the least. Oh man. Brackets busted. There is Tim B.
That was incredible. I was ready to go a couple minutes here because it didn't look like either of you guys were going down, and then
Please.
all of a sudden, what did you call that technique? The big chug or something?
The chug.
The chug. Man, that chug paid off.
Well, Tim
think
B
it's
could
the
be
stopper
moving on
line.
bust and moving
Usually
on
the case.
to the Sweet Six Cream. Matt, what was the time on that that final pint right there?
Yeah, that was we had 48 seconds. 48 seconds.
Wow.
It's
A
pretty good.
48-second time right there, close to our record, but certainly doesn't beat it. 39 seconds, our tournament record still stands.
Good job, Timmy.
Good job, Timmy. I love you, brother.
Love you too, bro.
Any shout outs before we get on with the tournament, guys?
I don't know. I'll just say I'm still locked and loaded, ready to stream and eat some cream.
Now, Tim Busbin, this was a tough matchup for you. You knew it coming in. What is that mindset for you, and how do you push through? How do you persevere?
Yeah, I knew this would be a tough one. Tim's a fierce competitor, and yeah, looking forward to the Sweet 16 next week.
Tim Lewis, you're going to be cheering on your brother for the rest of the way?
Maybe. We'll
Well,
see.
we thank both of the Tims for coming on. And Tim Busbin, we're excited to see what you could do in the Sweet Six Cream. Thank you so much for being here. You are tuned in to the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge here streaming live on YouTube. I'm Max Kelton, joined alongside by Matt Organista. We have a great challenge here today and a great matchup between Tim and Tim, which we just came away with. Now, Matt, moving forward, just 2 more matches today, looking to close strong. We're going to see Grady and Shobun coming in soon. But today, so far, 2020 Ice Cream Challenge, a success.
Oh yeah, definitely. We had a little streaming issue earlier with some copyrighted stuff, but we're doing good now, and we got it going. Let's see here. For those of you that are tuning in, we are doing a fundraiser for COVID-19 relief. Max, why don't you go ahead and tell them a little bit about that?
So this is the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. Now, it is a 32 competitor March Madness style bracket where competitors will compete 1v1 to see who can finish a pint of ice cream quicker than the other. All proceeds go to COVID-19 relief, and that's what we're getting at here for this 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. Now, we are 6 matches underway here for day 1 of this competition. We have 2 more to go, and we're closing strong here. Max Kelton alongside Matt Organista. We will take a quick break, and we're excited to come right back.
All right. We are back. Back to our live stream here. We have a little bit of technical difficulties with our on-screen graphic, trying to figure that out, but we are back for our next round. Let me give you guys a little rundown. I'm joined here with Max Kelton, and I'm going to give you a little rundown here about what we're doing. If you're just tuning in, this is a COVID-19 relief fundraiser. We have a corporate donor who is going to match all the funds dollar for dollar that we raise through this period. Why don't you, Max, tell everybody what we got going on this weekend?
Well, welcome into the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge here. Now, this is match 7 of 8 for today. And this is a 32 competitor March Madness style bracket where competitors will go up 1v1 to see who can finish a pint of ice cream quicker. All proceeds will go to COVID-19 relief, and that's what we're all about today. Now, it's been a great matchup through and through for each of these competitors so far, and we have 6 of them under our belt so far with that record from the first match of the day. Matt Lewis, 39 seconds for 1 pint of ice cream. Pretty tough to beat. But we saw Tim Busman come close in that last matchup, 48 seconds for a single pint.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive too. I mean, he called his technique the chug, and it definitely looked like he's just using it as like a feeding box where he's just right there. Less distance to travel, more time saved, right there. Anything that falls back out, he can scoop right back up. So I think that was a pretty good technique. I like that chug. I think with some much tighter competition, he's going to do really well. Maybe could get under that 40-second mark. So hopefully we see Matt and Tim line up together. We got two competitors in the thawing room. Max, why don't you tell everybody what the thawing room is?
So the thawing room is, this is an 11-minute period here for this ice cream to get a little bit warmer, just warm enough for you to get your spoon in there and slide that ice cream down your gullet. Now, we don't want our competitors drinking soup, but we do want them to be able to cleanly and smoothly slice through that ice cream. That's what this thawing period is all about. Now, we have seen a double spoon warm water technique so far, but it might hurt competitors more than it helps competitors, Matt.
Yeah, like I said earlier, the double spoon I'm all about, but as the competition progresses, it looks like that single scoop action is where it's at. Less change out, less time, less technique involved. Just pile it in as fast as you can and endure that brain freeze. So we'll see. I'm still holding on to that double spoon method. I like the thought behind it, thawing it out in the glass with the hot water, but we'll see how it goes here.
Now,
so Max, go for it.
It's been all about techniques so far throughout this this competition so far. And we talked about that chug technique there from Tim Busman lately, but it looked less like a chug and more like a trough. He was able to keep the pint close to his mouth and really scoop it in, gulp it in. And that's kind of the most unique technique that we've seen so far throughout this competition. We have Grady and Shobun coming in. And
yeah, here we go. Let's bring them in.
Trying to do something different. We'll welcome them in here. Grady Klassen, and that's not Tyler Berger, is it? Tyler Berger back in the house. So here's Grady coming in. Grady, how we doing?
I am so ready to eat real fast. Let's go, baby.
Grady against Shobun. There is Shobun in the shot.
Say namaste. Namaste.
Beautiful. And it looks like we have our competitors here to compete. Now, Grady, you're not a fan of vegetables, but no vegetables here tonight. How excited are you to eat this pint?
Extremely excited, and vanilla ice cream is my favorite flavor. So I am living in heaven here, hog heaven, and I'm ready to rip this thing apart.
That's backwards.
And Shobun, for you, you're good at folding laundry. You struggle with doing laundry. No laundry here tonight. How do you do with folding ice cream through the mouth?
You know, Max, I was born in India, small town. My mom grew up with a cow. Been drinking milk ever since I was born. I'm ready for this challenge.
Shobun ready to drink some milk. Well, this is not drinking milk. This is scooping down freezing cold milk. So we'll see if that preparation is going to do you well. Have you been watching? Have you seen any techniques? Have you picked up any techniques for yourself today?
Max, it's called the Indian dig. A lot of tureens have been digged with this technique. I'm going to use it for ice cream.
Oh, gosh.
Now, before we get into this match, we have one final question to ask. Grady, I am told that you went deep with Tarantino for one night. Can you talk about that experience a little bit?
No, I can't. I had to sign an NDA before he came over. So.
And it looks like
I'm binded. Let me just put it simply, though, it's a night to remember for sure, just like this win's about to win.
Alrighty. Well, just like that, we are ready to go underway here. And I'm going to send this one over to Matt Organista.
All right, you guys. Tops off, spoons ready. Gonna start the timer in 5 seconds. Here we go. Ready, set, and go.
We are de-lidded and underway. Here are the two competitors scooping down their ice cream, guzzling into their gullet. We have Shobun going up against Grady Klassen here, looking to take an early lead. It looks like they're both scooping up that vanilla here, slowing down a little bit. Shobun may have overestimated what he can do in this court. We'll see if he can catch up for it here. Grady with the small bite, moving. And he's moving the pint up and down. Now we'll see if that's a technique that works. Shobun now moving the pint and that trough technique, that chug technique that we saw from Tim Busby just a couple minutes ago. Matt, how we doing on time?
We're 50 seconds in. 50 seconds in.
50 seconds into this one. Both competitors look like they're slowing down a little bit, using one spoon today, not the double spoon technique. Now, Shobun looks like he's really struggling up there. A lot of talk for somebody with an owl. Looks like Shobun might have finished this one.
Oh, 106.
Just that. When all
1 minute,
odds
6
were
seconds.
against him, he will finish with the shot, and Shobun moving on to the next round. Great in disbelief.
Wow, that's pretty good. 106.
Matt, I'm sending it over to you. Final time here for Shobun.
1 minute, 6 seconds.
Chicken sandwich.
Nice shovel. Nice work, kid.
1 minute, 6 seconds.
And he'll take a bite of the chicken sandwich after 66 seconds there for Shobun. That's a pretty great time for you right there. Now we'll look over to Grady. Grady, you struggled a little bit in this one. Looked like you might have pulled ahead, but Shobun had the upper hand. What can you say about your competitor?
I mean, class act. I mean, obviously I'm in disbelief. A lot of raw emotion here. But at the end of the day, I mean, he put up good numbers. So I got to respect that.
Well, we appreciate having you on, and it's a lovely polo that you got going on there. We're both
great.
to be able to see
recommendations.
But yes, Shobun, what do you have to say after the win?
You know, I'm just proud to make India proud. You know, it's been a long time since the Olympics, so at least we got one win under our belt.
Well, we're excited to see what you can do here in the Sweet Six Cream coming next week, and we congratulate you.
Time to train.
For the win. Looks like you're going to be training here. Thank you guys so much for being on and being part of this.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah.
Good to know you.
Good to know you. We'll see you next week. Thank you, guys. You are tuned in to the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. This is a March Madness style bracket where competitors will compete 1v1 to see which competitor can finish one pint of ice cream quicker than the other. That is matchup 7 of 8 today. This is the final matchup of the day. Coming up, Max Kelton alongside Matt Organista. We have a great one to finish this one off. Julian and Mike. That's what it is. And we saved the best for last. That's all we're saying here for the fans.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what they got. 106 is still pretty impressive. It's not quite down there like 39 and 48, but that's getting pretty close. And we can definitely see that could be in the Final Four matchup for sure. 106 is definitely down there. For those of you that are just tuning in, I want to give you a little update about what we're doing. This is the COVID-19 relief fundraiser. This is going to go to help relief for the coronavirus. We have a corporate sponsor who's matching all of the funds dollar for dollar. And these funds are going to go to Direct Relief's Coronavirus Response Fund, American National Red Cross Coronavirus Outbreak Fund, and the CDC Foundation. We are this is our last matchup? Is that right, Max?
Last matchup of the day, yes.
Last matchup of the day. All right. Why don't you give everybody a little recap about what's going on and what you hope to see in this next match?
Well, welcome into the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. If you haven't been here before, it has been a day full of great ice cream eating. Now, we saw the record being set through that first match of the day. Matt Lewis, 39 seconds as he gulped down that entire pint of frozen cold milk. But a lot of great competitors here today, and we will see 7 competitors moving on to the Sweet 6 cream today. Now, if you do like what we're doing here for the Ice Cream Challenge, follow us on Instagram at Ice Cream Challenge 2020. And if you'd like to donate, all proceeds do go to that COVID-19 relief, So you can donate on Venmo at Dragon Daddy, and that will be our Venmo here if you would like to donate to our COVID relief fund. But moving forward, only one match left today. Matt, it's exciting. It's going to be a good one, but stick around. We are just around the corner from our finale today. We will have more for you tomorrow. Last matchup of the day, just seconds around the corner.
All right, all right, all right. We are here with the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. I'm joined by Max Kelton. Max, why don't you explain to everybody that are just tuning in what is going on?
So this is the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge, the first of its kind. It's a 32 competitor March Madness style bracket where competitors will compete 1v1 to see who can finish one pint of ice cream quicker than the other. Now, all proceeds go to COVID-19 relief. And that's really what we're all about here at Ice Cream Challenge 2020. If you enjoy what we're doing here, follow us on Instagram at Ice Cream Challenge 2020. And we encourage you to Venmo Dragon Daddy if you like what we're doing and would like to help donate as well. So we thank you for tuning in. Now, Matt, we've had a great day of first competition, 7 matches out of 8 under our belt. We're looking for our final match here. It will be for Julian against Mike. And that's kind of how we're going to round this one out today.
Yeah, so we have Julian and Mike sitting in the thawing room. The thawing room is, for those of you that don't know or are familiar or just tuning in, the thawing room is a 15-minute waiting period where they remove the ice cream from the freezer and let it thaw out. We do that to allow it to be a little softer so they can get their spoons in and make for a little bit quicker of the ice cream eating. We've seen a couple techniques today. Max, why don't you tell them about your favorite technique that you've seen?
Well, we've seen a couple of techniques, and the first technique that is most apparent, it's a double spoon in warm water technique. And what I think is that these competitors are simply overthinking eating this ice cream. Although the warm spoon might help slice through this ice cream a little bit better, I think it actually counteracts the effects because the thawing period already melts down this ice cream enough for competitors to swallow whole. Now, we've seen that double spoon technique. We've seen the warm water technique. We've seen this chug trough technique with the pint up here and scoop in quickly. So a lot of different ways that competitors can attack this challenge. It's curious as to see which one will come away victorious toward the end in just a couple of weeks, Matt.
Yeah, so this is our last round here. We have a full another round 1 of competitors tomorrow, and that will finish off the round 1 of our ice cream challenge. So we have Julian and Mike in the thawing room. I'm gonna go ahead and bring them in, and we're gonna do a little pre-match interview between both of them. So Julian and Mike are now joining us. Let's see what they have to say here.
And there we go. Connecting to audio, we're ready to rock and roll. Mike and Julian, we have you in the house today. This is the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge. Goggles on the heads and goggles ready to go. Mike, Julian, thank you so much for joining us. Now, Mike, I see you're wearing the Hawaiian shirt today, sunglasses. Looks like you're perched outside.
Yep, I'm outside here. Great to be here. First, I want to say props to Matt for coming up with this idea and putting this on. Yeah, as you can see, I'm outside. It's pretty freaking hot today, so not sure if that's going to be to my benefit or how this will play out. But I will say, during this thawing period, the flies, the meat bees, they've been circling me. So we'll see if I can survive this.
Now, Julian's still having trouble with that camera right there, but looks like he's just about set up. Now, you have goggles on today. Are you looking to get your face a little dirty? Okay. Well, we were close to hearing that audio almost, but looks like the goggle technique could be one that we'll see a little bit more through this competition moving forward. Can we see what kind of ice cream you guys are eating today? Looks like we have that vanilla bean there for Julian Trent and that 3 Twins organic Madagascar vanilla. There
local.
For Mike. Mike, you go to Whole Foods for that, yeah?
No, Safeway actually.
Safeway, wow.
It looks organic. That's why I threw the guess in. But it looks like we're just about ready to get underway. I'm going to send this one over to our very own Matt Organista.
All right, guys, tops off, spoons ready, and let's get ready to eat this ice cream here. You guys got 5-second warning. You guys ready? Let's see a head nod if you're ready. Let me know. Good. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. We are off for the last round.
And, final round today. Matt, thank you for that. And it looks like Mike using that chug trough technique. Same with Julian, really using it to his advantage. And there go the goggles.
Oh, wow. The goggles
his
went
head,
on.
Looking to get
Goggles are
his
on.
dirty. Matt, can we get an update on this time right here?
Yeah, we're 20 seconds in.
20 seconds in. Mike really guzzling down all that he can handle. He has a little bit of vanilla on the right side of his cheek. Here's Julian bringing that ice cream up to his mouth. It looks like he might be pushing through from that brain freeze, looking to kind of overcome here. Looks like Mike trying to pull ahead, Julian close behind. Mike doing all he can to finish up this ice cream. Julian getting final scoops. It's going to come down to the wire here, folks. This is what it's all about. Final
50 seconds
matchup
in.
of the day. Julian
seconds.
Homing close to Mike here. Mike with his final scoops. He's outside looking to push away those flies. We are neck and neck here as we come down to the wire. Final push from both of these competitors. Julian slowing down once again, looking to guzzle up that little piece. Oh man, is this a close one, guys?
What is going on? Where are you guys at? Here we go.
Gasping for breath, looking to get those final gulps in.
1 minute, 20 seconds. 1 minute, 20 seconds.
Both competitors almost done with their ice cream here. Looks like Mike is trying on that last little gulp. He's nodding his head right here. Julian, the final push could do it for you. Mike is almost done. Julian struggling to keep up right there. Has a brain freeze, but pushes through, gets it in his mouth. That's exactly what Mike was trying to do.
Oh.
He'll do it. Mike knocks off Julian. And
Finishing with the brain freeze. 1 minute, 47 seconds. 1 minute, 47 seconds.
7 seconds.
Mike, I've seen you put away some ice cream in my day, but that's the finest performance I've ever seen.
Oh, thank you, man. You're my boy. Milkman.
You know what? I was gonna say I thought having a kid might have made you soft like this ice cream, but it hasn't, buddy.
Beautiful goggles on your head right there. Good competition.
What a matchup for
My brain is frozen.
Competition of the day. Mike, how'd you come away victorious on that one?
You know, I think it's so damn hot out that it just pushed me to keep going and get to the bottom. You know, Julian and I go way back, so we have some friendly competition too. So I think he drove me too.
You know, Mike, in your player card, it says that speed eating is a weakness of yours, but today it looked like it helped you a little bit.
I don't know who put that in there.
Well, Mike and Julian, we thank you so much for being on. The glasses, they came down just about 5-10 seconds into that pint of ice cream. Did it hurt or help your intensity?
You know what? I think it may have been more of a distraction than I needed, but I think these things always play out a little bit differently in your head than they do in real life. You know.
Well, we thank both of you guys for being on, and we're looking forward to see what Mike can do in the Sweet 6 Cream come next week. Thank you guys for joining us, and thank you for tuning in to the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge here, streaming live on YouTube. Max Kelton alongside Matt Organista. Matt, our first day of action in the books. A great round. So far, we've seen 8 competitors move on to that Sweet 6 Cream, and we've seen 8 competitors go home sobbing. Now, it's been a tough one for those 8 that lost this challenge in the first round. But for those that won, what can you say about their performance today, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, there's been some really solid performances that like we've been talking about, that 39, the 48, the 106, those are definitely solid. And I think as time continues with this tournament, I think those times are going to come down even more. They're going to perfect their technique, perfect all the little things that are going to make a difference. And we've seen some other techniques come out, and maybe we might see those adopted in other competitors. So I'm definitely confident that we will see those times drop. And who knows, maybe we can get below 30 seconds for one of these competitors.
And that's kind of what we're looking for.
Yeah, I want to bring out, if let's see if the committee is watching. Let's give them a second here to tune in, and I just want to bring them out, introduce everybody behind works here, and they can share a little information about how this got started and where it's going to go. So I'm going to give them a little bit of time here to hop in. Maybe they'll join in, maybe they won't. In the meantime, I'm going to give you guys an update about what we are doing. For those of you that don't know, that are just tuning in, we just finished our first round, or the first half of our first round of the ice cream challenge. This is a COVID-19 fundraiser, a relief fundraiser, dollar for dollar match from a corporate sponsor. And all the money is going to go to three organizations: Direct Relief Coronavirus Response Fund, American National Red Cross Coronavirus Outbreak Fund, and then the CDC Foundation. And we have a corporate sponsor who's matching dollar per dollar all the fundraising that we get. I want to bring in Matt Lewis. I think it's Matt Lewis. Is it Matt Lewis that is Dragon Daddy that you can reach out to?
Couldn't tell you.
Okay. Well, let's see if we can get Dragon Daddy, whoever that is, on social media, and they could link you in. We'll give them a little bit longer here. Max, why don't you just give us a little recap again today about what we just witnessed?
So the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge today was the first day of 8 matchups. We saw 16 competitors facing off. Tomorrow, we will see the second half of this first round, 16 competitors facing off. Now, the first day today highlighted by our record holder, and that is Matt Lewis. Matt Lewis, 39 seconds today, a very impressive performance, young man.
Hey, thank you, Max. I'm just happy to be able to compete and happy to be able to put this on for not only for the people out there watching and give them something to do, but also for the COVID-19 relief funds. I think it's important now more than ever to show some social empathy and to do things like this to really drive some efforts across different geos and things like that to really drive in some great donations. So I do want to go ahead and plug the fact that I'm the one accepting the donations. I will be using my corporate sponsor to doing one lump sum donation at the end. That's why I'm accepting Venmos to my personal name, just to give you guys a little background there. The Venmo handle is @DragonDaddy. That is correct, @DragonDaddy. You can also visit the Ice Cream Challenge Instagram @IceCreamChallenge2020. And there are links in my bio that take you to different pages where you can see different information as well as just see content throughout the week. So thank you so much for having me on for this quick little plug.
Yeah. Real quick, how did you come up with this idea? I'm curious. I haven't heard that part of it yet.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely wasn't a one-man show here. Definitely have a committee of members that are really putting this on. And the inspiration actually comes from our first challengers tomorrow. That would be Stuart Giada and Andrew Foray, who have always been competing against who can eat the most ice cream. And we've always, as a group of friends, said we need to do an ice cream challenge between the two of you. And given the time that we've had, we decided let's go ahead and do a ice cream challenge with multiple contestants. And then it kind of kept ballooning up and up from there. And we were able to put a good framework to scale it out. And here we are now.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for sharing. So yeah, everybody, you want to tune in tomorrow for the second half of round 1. And that is going to, we're going to have, is it the 16? It's going to, no, 8 competitors are going to be advancing. 8 competitors advancing to next weekend, which is going to be the, what are we calling that one again, Max?
The sweet 6 cream, baby.
Sweet 6 cream.
Yeah, tomorrow's 8 more matches of 16 competitors. So it'll be 16 moving on. And tomorrow will be a 3 p.m. Show start. 3:15 first match competition begins. So there was a little confusion there, so I wanted to clear the air. 3 o'clock is our pregame show. 3:15 first bite.
Absolutely. Well, Matt, we thank you so much for putting this together and for having us on. And we're grateful that you are leading the charge so far. 39 seconds is still the time to beat, but pretty exciting and certainly an exciting thing in this time of quarantine.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you, Max, for taking the time out of your busy day to go ahead and announce this, and Matthew Organista for doing a lot of the video production behind the scenes. There were a couple hiccups, but those were not our broadcast faults. We did a little copyright issue. We were trying to do walkout songs to make it fun for everybody. But we'll have those ironed out for tomorrow, be sure.
Well, we will see you tomorrow afternoon for the second day of competition. You have been tuned into the 2020 Ice Cream Challenge streaming live on YouTube. Now, this is a challenge, a bracket with 32 competitors where competitors will face off face-to-face 1v1 to see who can finish a tub of ice cream, a pint of ice cream, quicker than the other. We thank you for tuning in, and we hope everybody has a great rest of their Saturday evening. See you tomorrow.